bunnies have always been a part of my life, and they will always be. However, when they finally become a member of my family, they usually have a story of their own to tell. Today I want to tell a little bit about Phinchen and Penelope and how they found their way to my place. It was at a fair almost 5 years ago. The fair was not about animals, by the way. I do not really like how animals are displayed in front of a crowd of people. But on this fair, someone had put up a flyer about these two. Penelope and Phinchen were born at a breeder who breeds bunnies for personal success and approval. They want to breed the perfect bunny to be rewarded for it. But what really is a perfect bunny? In the breeder's eyes, Penelope and Phinchen did not fulfill their belief in perfectionism, so their future had already been decided for them. Luckily, a very ambitious animal welfare campaigner managed to get some time for these two bunnies and put up flyers everywhere, and I am forever grateful that my sister spotted one of these flyers at the fair. I called and was the lucky one to get the chance to meet these wonderful creatures. And this is how Phinchen and Penelope became part of my family. This was just the wrap-up of the story, but it would not give them credit to leave it there. Wouldn't it be more interesting to hear their story from themselves? So sit back and listen what they have to say.
I cannot remember much, but I know it was a hard and frightening time. What about you, Phinchen? Can you remember anything?
Not much. I only know there was not much place and I could not run as I can do now.
Yes, it was quite crowded and stinky, and I was always quite afraid what will become of me. I remember the day these humans came and picked me up and other humans were looking at me. I knew from their look that something was not right. Our mother had told us that some of her babies have ended up in the cages right next to her, while others disappeared behind a certain door, never to return. I knew we would end up behind this door because Phinchen also did not receive a better look. This will be the end, I thought.
Me too. I got so sad and at the end quite sick, but it did not show. When this lady came to pick us up, I thought we would take our last step into no man's land. I was even more frightened and almost fainted. But this woman took us to another place where we finally had some space to run around. But we did not stay for long. Not long after she put us into the box again and took us somewhere else. I was so afraid again. But it was heaven on earth where we ended up. This beautiful huge garden. I wanted to disappear from this box to run around in it for hours. But as I had mentioned before, I was quite sick. When I sneezed, yellow snot came out of my nose. This was the moment where I thought, that was it for me. But this kind new lady, my future mum, took me inside, put me in a small cage with the doors open and gave me a comfortable place.
But she took us to another place. We thought at that time our journey would never end, but I knew that there were others like us and they had already spent a wonderful life in this sanctuary. Luckily, this other place was an institution for sick animals. They checked us again and Phinchen got medicine for her nose. After this visit, we went back to our new home. Over the following weeks, Phinchen was healing until we finally met the other two bunnies. A very old man called Anton and an elderly lady called Mina. Mina did not like us very much, but we finally got along quite well. When Anton died at a very high age, there were only the three of us. At the beginning everything went well, but after a while Mina changed and got quite frustrated. She missed Anton very much. Our new mom saw that we weren't feeling the same after Anton had passed, and she decided to adopt another lonely soul. This was the time when Eric came into our family. Mina and Eric fell in love almost immediately, and there was finally peace.
I always had little fights with Mina because I liked to annoy her. But she was so cute. I loved her nonetheless. When she died, I was quite sad, but I also enjoyed my new life so much that I did not mourn too much. Eric was not feeling well for a while because he had loved her dearly. But life was going on and every day was a good day. I'm so happy with my life. We have a lot of space to run around. I especially love this garden. There is so much to explore.
You're so right, Phinchen. We found a lovely place where we can be bunnies. And I love our new mom, even though I hate these ears cleaning every day.
Yes, I know, Penelope. I don't like it either. But it is necessary. We humans put this burden on you and I'm so sorry for that. Without cleaning your ears regularly, there will be painful diseases which I am trying to avoid. But these are not the only limitations you have. My sweet Penelope, you can hardly hear anything, especially when you sleep. I always enter your cage by telling you something because I'm afraid to scare you. This means that I'm scaring you from time to time. But I must tell you, I do not do this on purpose, because I don't want you to die by a heart attack. This disability to hear properly also means that you feel quite insecure in the garden. Luckily, since last year you have overcome your fear of being in the garden and have a lot of adventures together with your sister. Unfortunately, our last visit at the doctor revealed devastating news. 3 of your teeth are damaged and have to be taken out. I'm afraid to lose you, but I know we have to get rid of these teeth in order to guarantee you a proper life. And you, my dear Phinchen, had an ear infection last year, even though we already cleaned your ears twice a week. Since we do it every day, you do not have problems anymore. I just want you to be happy and have a wonderful, pain-free life. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Dear human who is watching this video, if you ever consider getting a bunny, please make sure to do some research if this kind of bunny is a torture breeding. Too many of these lovely creatures end up in animal shelters because the veterinary costs are getting too high. Bunnies are living beings and no toys. If you need help in finding the right information about bunnies, I put a link in my description box below where you can check out everything you need to know about bunnies. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and leave a like. Until next time, lots of love, Kerstin Künglin.